Welcome everyone. Today we're doing a special event called Do You Think You Can Fire Emblem? The quiz game in which we challenge Fire Emblem YouTubers in order to see how knowledgeable are they on this series of Fire Emblem. Today I'm here with Donlot.
Donlot here. Hi guys, I'm Donlot. I love to Iron Man games, I love to stream them, I have a channel, and I love to be a guest on this wonderful show.
Thank you so much, man. It's great to have you here as always. Check out his channel, the link is going to be in the description down below. But today, we're going to skip right into it. He's going to be bombarded with a series of 10 questions that are incremental in difficulty in order to see how much is his knowledge about the Fire Emblem series. Now, this isn't completely unfair. I did ask him beforehand which games he had more familiarity with, and I tried to pick questions in an increasing order of difficulty. Are you ready, Donlot?
Ready as I can be.
Question number 1. Which of the following have the fastest support speeds in Fire Emblem 6? Fur and Bartra, Lot and Lance, Sue and Shin, or Elfin and Percival?
So I know it's not Lot and Lance because they're a 1+1 support. Sue and Shin is pretty quick. Elfin and Percival is mediocre speed-wise, but I'm pretty sure it's Fear and Bartra.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, that's my final answer.
Alright, let's go ahead, save, and boom! You're right, look at that, starting off. Father and daughter do indeed have a huge support growth chain. It's +3 per turn.
It's actually pretty interesting because supports in FE6 tend to follow a very strict structure where if the characters do not know each other beforehand, it grows by +1 per turn. If they are friends or acquaintances or whatever, it's +2. If they're family, it's +3. And if you're Roy and Lilina, you're +4.
Question 2. In Shadow Dragon Remake, which of the following units has the highest growth rate total? Do not include the class bases. Roger, Astrum, Sedgar, or Marth?
But that's probably the easiest question in the entire quiz because, well, Roger has pretty good strength growth and Marth has pretty good growths all around. Astrum is ass. Sedgar is so OP that he trivializes the game, so I am definitely picking Sedgar.
Final answer?
Yep.
There you go. A whopping 435 points for growths. Hardin had quite the retainers. Do you know which one is the top one, though?
I would assume either Wolf or Tiki. Yeah, because in the original FE, the Horseman class was a separate class from Hunter, but they became promoted in the remake. So the game devs were like, oh, we gotta balance it out by giving them better growth, so they'll end up at around the same stats. But they did not think that that would just mean they snowballed really hard.
Alright, I'm gonna be fair with you. Now it starts to get a little bit harder. But just a little bit, not too much. Question 3. In Path of Radiance, what is the base conversation reward for recruiting Stefan? A white gem, an occult scroll, the Veikari, a Lagu stone?
So the white gem is next to the tile that you recruit him at. The Veikari is the weapon he comes with. The Lagu stone is items that you can get in his chapter. You get an occult scroll from him. I know it because I've recently recruited him just for the occult scroll.
Alright, final answer?
Yep, final.
You were correct. A better teacher than Shannon, yet to be confirmed. For those of you that don't know, Shannon actually teaches Marita Astra in Fire Emblem 5. And in similar fashion, Stefan also teaches Ike Ether by conveying the occult scroll to him. Well, at least I like to think of it that way, right?
I mean, that's how the conversation goes, I think.
Alright, you're doing well, Donlot. I'm impressed. Let's see if you're going to stay this way. Now I think it spikes up. Question number 4. In Radiant Dawn, assuming a natural leveling pattern, 20-20-20 no BXP, meaning that you just level up to level 20, then promote, then again, no BXP, no capping, none of that stuff. Which of the following True Blades will cap speed and skill faster on average? The lowest amount of True Blade levels and round up for any average of 0.5 or more.
So, it's definitely not Zihark or Stefan because I know they're good in their own right, but I don't think their growths are all that good. Edward has really, really good growths and it has a huge payoff from training him. I think it's like 60 in strength and speed. Mia has 65 in speed, and she has a pretty damn good speed base, so... But I think Edward is stronger, so I'm gonna go with Edward.
Final answer?
Actually, no, give me Mia. It's about speed, not about strength.
Okay.
Yeah, Mia.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Got the first one wrong. It's actually Zahark. All of them reach the caps at 14. Lucia is 13, but she wasn't included in, and Zahark reaches it on average at 12. So the reason why this happens is because you're correct that they have better bases and they increase the caps faster. But kind of like what happens with Micaiah, they all hit the caps really early on, and then when the class changes so that they go to the above level and the caps are broken, he's the fastest to reach the new speed cap on average at level 12.
75. He has 75 and 70. I guess his growths really are better.
It's okay though. You're doing pretty loud. I think that this one is right up your alley. I think you got this one. This is pretty much in your home here. Which of the following units does not have hard mode bonuses in FE6? Kath, Garrett, Ray, Shin.
So Shin definitely gets them. He is known for them, and funnily enough, if you play on normal mode, the hard mode bonuses is what makes the difference. Without them, he cannot consistently double at base. Garrett definitely gets them, although he doesn't really need them, to be fair. He's still good. Kath, funnily enough, gets them, so the later you recruit her, she gets stronger. And Ray, even though he is an enemy, does not get them because he starts on the map. And the only way you get the... you get them is if they appear as a reinforcement, if I recall correctly. So I would pick Ray.
Final answer?
Final answer.
You are correct. A red unit that does not get hard mode bonuses. Nino's kids just cannot catch a break. So it's funny that you brought that up because a unit that starts as red on the map does not get the hard mode bonuses, right? So somebody like Douglas doesn't get them either too. But Milady, who is literally a red unit for 0.5 seconds and then immediately becomes a blue unit, gets them.
Yeah, so if the unit normally spawns in, they obviously don't get the hard mode bonuses. If they do, if they spawn in, they don't really have a counter to see if it's a player unit or not. So they just get the hard mode bonuses, which means that they become hilariously OP. And you can really, really tell if you play the game without the hard mode bonuses on player units, like I like to do. There's a patch for that. You can really tell how it changes the balance. As I mentioned, Shin doesn't double at base and takes a bit till he can double, so Su is actually somewhat better than him, funnily enough. A Calf doesn't really matter. Rutger is still good, but takes a little bit more to get going. So, you know, Fear has a little bit of a chance, and that Hero Crest is much more competitive, I find. Stuff like that.
Let's go on to the next one. So, okay, you've completed what I like to call the medium level. So now we're starting to go into a little bit harder, right? So now things are going to get a little bit more difficult.
Let's get on to it.
This is just a simple true or false. Question number 6. True or false? In FE8, out of all the playable characters, Soleil has the highest base res in the game. Is this statement true or is it false?
That's a very, very good question. I know Sages usually don't have quite as high res as you would think they do in most games. I do know Sally is pretty good. One contender I have that could have more than him would be the Mirror, I think? The Manakite girl. But I don't know if you count her, the bonuses she gets from her stone.
No, it's just base res.
Just base res. And I mean, the only unit that I can really think of would be like Cyrene, but her stats suck, so she can't beat, so I'm just gonna say yes.
Final answer?
Final answer.
I bamboozled you, bro. So, the trick of this question was actually that I wrote out of all the playable characters.
Yeah.
And with that, you're including creature campaigns. So Leon possesses a base of 19, while Soleil is at 13. Soleil is the highest if you don't count creature campaign. So it was a trick question, and I'm sorry, but I have to throw one of those in there, you know?
Of course. I do have to say, I honestly forgot that the creature campaign units even exist, because I'm not sure, does anybody know, literally anybody who has actually gotten the creature campaign units? I don't even know what the creature campaign is, to be honest. I know it's like a post-game thing. I've never seen any footage of it. I've never seen anybody talk about it in like, that they played it. It's like a mystery.
You grab your units and you go into the Tower of Valny and the Lagdo ruins over and over and over again, and that's it. That's all it is.
Oh.
So that's why you never see footage of it, because it sucks. It's not like
Fair
the
enough.
Shadows of Valentia post game.
Yeah.
Because the Shadows of Valentia post game is actually really well done. It's actually the hardest content in the game is that dungeon. Yeah, it's actually really fun. That one I recommend you play or watch one day. All right, but it was a trick question, so it only gets harder from here. So
Let's go.
a new mystery of the emblem. Which of the following combinations can make a follow-up attack on Harden on Maniac? A capped speed hero with the speed tonic and the star sphere. A capped speed berserker with the speed tonic. A capped speed horseman with the star sphere. You cannot double Harden on Maniac mode.
Okay, so I can definitely rule out Hero and Horseman because their speed caps are actually pretty bad. At least in Shadow Dragon, I'm pretty sure it's the same as New Mystery. I haven't played New Mystery in a hot minute, especially not that far. But I'm pretty sure Hero has like 25 and Horseman has 26 cap, while Berserker may have 30. But I'm pretty sure Harden also has 30, so I don't think you can actually double him. So that would be my answer.
Are you sure?
Lock it in.
Okay.
Really?
Yes. So, cap speed horseman actually has 32 speed with the star sphere because if you hold the star sphere, you can go above the 30 level cap. So, horseman has 30 speed. I'll show you in a bit. And Harden on Maniac mode actually has 28 speed. On Lunatic, he has 30 and cannot be doubled in any way, shape, or form.
Oh, on Maniac, yeah. I don't even know if Maniac was the hardest or one or the second one, but yeah, you're right. Maniac is the 2-star one.
Yeah, it's the 2-star.
You know, the funny thing is, just before we got into a call, I watched a part of your R Priest good, R Priest bad video, and you literally showed footage of you using Horseman Chris against Medius in FP12. So I could have, you know, if I paid attention, I would have known the answer.
Listen, you're still doing great. Now we're going into hard mode. This is hard mode questions right here.
Mode. My favorite mode.
Question number 8. In the Blazing Blade, how many named morphs does Nurgle create, not counting the revived Black Fang members? 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, it's been so long since I read the story of FE7. There's Effidel. Effidel is the guy who looks like PH, right? There's the archer guy, Denning, right? Mr. I Await You at the Dread Isle.
Yes.
Was it Limstella or Sonya? One of the two. I don't remember which one it was. And then there's also Mr. Magic Seal guy. What was his name? Something with K, I think?
Kishuna.
I don't even remember. Kishuna, yeah. And I don't remember any other ones, but there might be like one that maybe is, you know, somewhere mentioned off the road or, you know, in some secret conversation. But I'm pretty sure it's 4. Final answer?
You were right there. You even said their names. Livstella, Effidel, Sonya, Denning, and Kishuna.
Oh, I thought Sonya and or Limstella, one of them was just a normal person.
Sonya is a morph. She just thinks she's a regular person.
Oh.
Yeah, look.
I straight up didn't know that. The time I read FE7's story was like 5 to 10 years ago, I feel.
Yeah, she doesn't know. She thinks that she is a regular person, but she's a morph. All the morphs have these golden eyes.
Yeah.
And she doesn't have quintesses to harvest. And Limstella is the one that actually tells her that.
That's what I figured. It's gonna be some small detail that I missed.
You said all their names too, so I was like, what? How did he mess this up?
Again, it's been so long since I played. I remembered one of them being a morph and the other one not being a morph, so...
I'm just gonna put this here.
I guess I was just wrong.
There may be one that like has to do with Renault or something, but he doesn't say. It's his friend, but they never name him, so I guess the question still stands if it's a named morph. Anyway, question number 9 is a simple true or false. Naga has used a total of 3 fangs assisting humanity in the creation of artifacts that could protect them. Is this statement true, or is this statement false?
I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't even recall a single time that she has used one of her fangs to assist humanity in creating an artifact. I'm just gonna go with like my first instinct and say false, but you're probably gonna tell me like, oh no, it's actually the Falchion and the Starlight and this and that she created. But My first instinct is false. I don't recall anything like this.
Okay, final answer?
Final answer is true, just because I'm gonna go with true.
This is correct. The 2 falchions in the binding shield were all forged from Naga's fangs.
See, I knew it was something weird like that. When's it ever mentioned?
So in Shadows of Valentia, they do actually say like, hey, when Duma moved over here, Naga gave him falchion from one of her fangs in order to make sure that he wouldn't suffer, in case he suffered from degeneration, that you would be able to put him down. And while you play New Mystery of the Emblem, Zane does this whole huge lore dump how Binding Shield was also forged from Naga's fangs. The thing that got me off guard is I thought it was only 2. I only thought it was the 2 falchions, but the Binding Shield actually was also forged from her fang. The last question is the hardest question you will ever face. It was specifically catered for you.
Give it to me.
This is your Lunatic Plus question. Which of the following quotes is never uttered by Alir in any condition, including an engaged state, when he defeats an enemy? I'm guided by the emblems. I have no fear. I had to stop you. I live to fight again.
Okay, so believe it or not, I recently streamed Engage, and I also vaguely recall I live to fight again, and I'm guided by the emblem is something that I could vaguely see him say too. And it sounds so cringe that it fits very well in with Engage's whole premise, which is being cringe. So I'm just gonna go with I had to stop you.
Is that your final answer?
And my final answer will be I'm guided by the emblems.
Guided by the emblems?
Yep.
Okay.
Just to go against my better judgment again.
Ooh! There's nothing to fear is actually a line in Futurama, but it goes, there's nothing to fear but running out of beer. So it's ironic because I'm guided by the emblems is actually one of the lines that he does say. I had to stop you is also another one. And these two are lines that he says without being in an engaged state at all. I live to fight again is one that he says with Marth. And I watched your streams, so I decided to not pick any of the ones with Sigurd or anything of the sort because I know you didn't engage him to Sigurd. And I wanted to choose options that I know you would have actually heard.
I had to stop you. Now that you mention it, it could definitely be something that he says, but it sounds like something weird to say after combat.
So because you got 50%, I have something for you. Because, you know...
Oh, I get a gift!
You get a gift.
Suspect mind. To this day, historians look back and question how these incomprehensible strategies ever led to victory. Yes. Yes, that is... It's one of the games where if you get a lot of units killed, that's the quote-unquote score the game gives you, essentially.
Yes, it's FP7, actually. So I had faith in you, buddy. I think you were your worst enemy there. You counted 5 and you chose 4. How did that happen?
No, look, I counted 4, or I counted 5, but I knew one of them was human in my mind. I just didn't remember which one it was.
So that was it. Donlot, thank you so much for being here. But to be honest, I had complete faith in you, and I think you did great. I think a lot of those questions were a little unfair. The Lunatic Plus one, I knew you were going to get wrong, but that was just me trolling.
I feel like I could have definitely gotten a couple more points, but I just had to read the questions a little bit further. And in my humble defense, because I need to get out the copium here, it is 1 a.m. where I live, and I've been awake since like 7 a.m. The last day, so I am a little bit tired, but you know,
totally
skill
fair.
issue.
I don't hold it against you. You'll have a chance to redeem yourself in the future. We'll do another round one day.
Yes.
And as for you, my viewers, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Please, please, please like and subscribe. Share this channel with your friends. On a side note, let me know down in the comments below. Do you think the quiz was too fair? Was it too hard? Was it too easy? And who would you want to see on a next episode? Please let me know. And you guys have a wonderful day.